What's this I hear about people paying to promote their videos?
No.
You will see none of that here. I'm gonna show you the 6 hottest and freest ways to promote your YouTube channel this year. So this video was actually inspired by a cassette tape that I received in the mail from my Uncle Shelby. It was the only thing in the envelope and it just said "Play Me" on the back, and on the side it said "Do your chores." Here's what was on the tape.
Hey Carl, I got a lizard, dude. It's like an iguana or something, I think, man. It's crazy though. The tail comes off if like a bird or a ferret tries to come at it. The lizard will go this one way and the tail will roll off the other direction. It's hilarious, man. Anyway, I want to make a YouTube about this now, and your dad said that you might be able to help me make it good. So my first question is, how do I make it good? And my second question is there a way to do it for free, you know, because I'm not trying to spend too much money, and I want to see how I can make it good locally and also on internet. So, you know, I love these lizards though, man. They're hilarious. You gotta check it out. Okay, bye.
Well, first off, Uncle Shelby, I'm flattered. Thank you so much for thinking of me. I don't consider myself an expert, and my channel's on the smaller side, but what I can share are some tips and tricks that have helped me get extra views to my videos and my channel in general, and I hope that you and anyone else watching finds value in that. Number 1, comment on other people's YouTube videos. Uncle Shelby, this is probably the easiest one on the list. What I want you to do is get on YouTube and search for the largest lizard creators that you can find. Just find the ones that are really active, have a large audience, and start getting in the habit of commenting on their videos every time you watch one. You want to leave comments that either add value to the conversation, show appreciation for the creator for making it, or that indicates you have an above average level knowledge of lizards in general. I suggest setting aside time either in the beginning of the day or at night before bed and just get in the habit of adding comments and leaving comments. Over time, what you're going to see is that you'll start to become a recognizable face for both the creators and their audience. So if they do get a little curious about who's that lizard guy, I'm curious about Shelby the lizard guy, and they click through, they're going to be bombarded with just like an avalanche of your glorious lizard content, and who knows, that might convert into a new subscriber for you or additional views. Number 2, become really active on Reddit. Specifically for you, Uncle Shelby, you want to check out the subreddit Lizards and the subreddit NewTubers. Now, I love NewTubers because it's a place where everybody's just sharing information and sharing encouragement to each other. They're trying to make content. They're small channels, under 5,000 subscribers. They're all there to share tips and tricks and to ask for advice and enthusiasm and encouragement. And I've really enjoyed that. I've found it really helpful for me and what I'm trying to do. And they have critiques that you can offer to other people. You can give your own content up for critiques, but the catch is you have to give feedback and you have to become an active member of the community. You can't just go and spam the subreddit with the links to your content.
You'll get banned.
They also do self-introduction Saturdays where you can talk about your most recent video and share some thoughts on how you could have made it better, and I think that's great too. The easiest way to tell if it's working is to then go to your YouTube analytics and look at external sources of views, and hopefully Reddit will start to show up there. And then if people subscribe, they might say, hey, I came from Lizards or NewTubers, and that's just great. It feels good to know that you are providing value in like a super helpful way. You're part of a community and you're getting it back. Number 3, create stylish Instagram stories with links that you could then use as highlights on your profile. So Uncle Shelby, I don't know if you know this, but back in October of last year, Instagram gave everybody access to use the links feature in their stories. So now, I'm gonna have you follow along here. Now if you go to your story highlights part of your profile, and I'm gonna suggest that you create Shelby's Lizard Emporium Instagram account or something. If you go to new under story highlights, you can choose all of your previous stories that you shared. So I would probably include ones where I included the thumbnail of my video with a direct link, a preview of it, and I'll go find the other ones that I did. Here's another one where I shared like a little clip of the video, and here's another one where I shared like additional information, and here's the thumbnail from a previous one. Then you can hit next. A lot of good content in here. I might say YouTube. Very clever, I know. Then edit the cover, go into my photos, and there, I save this here. And what's great is I can completely customize this with my own look and feel, so I might use that nice purple color I've been using of late. And now if someone goes to your profile, they can see that right there highlighted, and that's great. That gives them easy access to go check out your content, and it probably will generate some additional external views. It's hard to talk, isn't it? Number 4, create TikTok duets with other users in your niche. I'm gonna go over to TikTok, I'm gonna open it up. Ooh, it can be loud. I'll go to Discover, and then under search, I'm just gonna search for Lizards of TikTok. And wow, I can see there's a lot of videos here that have been watched a lot. This one has 58,000 likes, so I'm gonna click on the share button and then click duet. And now it's gonna load and give me a couple options here. I can either put my video on the left of the original video. I can move that around, make a green screen so I'm over the video. I can make a reaction video to it, top and bottom. I like to use left and right, so play around, see what works for you. I know TikTok is like totally new for you and might seem overwhelming. I know it did for me first, but I think it's a lot of fun and a great way to hopefully get some additional views over to your YouTube content. So give your genuine thoughts and reactions to the video that you just saw and add some value, either be funny or try to edutain, or like, oh, look at that lizard's gonna take a bath out there. Ooh, like just weird stuff like that. The wackier the better. And I know, you've got some wackiness in you, Uncle Shelby, so don't be afraid to let loose. Like, like a lizard's not afraid to let their tail go if it's time to move on. Like, just be you, be yourself. And the other thing though, the key that you must realize, Uncle Shelby, you have to have a link to your YouTube channel on your profile. So when people are interested and they like your duet, they click through and they see your YouTube button, they go, oh, I want to watch that. And then they're right on your channel. They can subscribe or watch some of your content. And again, it's like a simple thing. Obviously, like we can send folks to other social platforms if we want to, but you want to add value on the platform that you're trying to get people off of. Otherwise, that's not a great experience. Number 5, create caption social teasers for LinkedIn and Twitter. Now, I'm not messing with Facebook. I don't care about Facebook. I don't post there anymore. But when I say caption social teasers, Uncle Shelby, I'm talking about like taking a portion of your video that you think is really shareable, or it's like the meat of your content, and you want to give people a little taste of what's to come in order to drive them from LinkedIn or Twitter over to your YouTube channel. And the captions are just adding captions to the bottom or somewhere on the screen so that because you're watching with the sound off initially to start on these platforms, you don't have to struggle to understand what you're saying. Or if you're hard of hearing or hearing impaired, you have that information provided for them, and it's very accessible content. So I'll take a 15-second portion of my video, drag it into the timeline. Then I'll go up to the captions window. I'll encourage Premiere, with some words of encouragement to go ahead and caption the content. And then you can go over to the captions window. You can see all of them there. Just make sure everything is correct on your screen. Make sure there's no misspellings, or, you can just change the grammar if you need to, or, all that stuff, punctuation. It's fun. And then you can create the transcription. Add the captions to your timeline, and you can, change them to look nice. They can change the font, you can change the color, the size, all that. I like to add a little white rectangle at the bottom of the frame, and that's where I place. Then I hit the bottommost middle square to move them down. I increase the size up to about 70-ish, and I just make sure it's all aligned to what I'm saying, and it looks super nice, I think, on Twitter and LinkedIn when you get it there. And then I always drop a link to my YouTube channel. But the key, again, is to provide value and encourage conversations to start on LinkedIn or Twitter. And then hopefully they have a great taste in their mouth and like,
I want the whole piece of lizard steak.
Get them over to the platforms that you really want to grow. Number 6, teach a related class either in person or virtually. I've done some research, and you can go to websites like Udemy or Skillshare and submit your own courses. Now, they do have quality standards that you must adhere to, and they might give you feedback if it's a no on how you can improve it. But if you want to create a lizard course, like how to care for your iguana if its tail falls off, or basic grooming habits and things to do, and when to feed your lizard, and how often, and what sorts of insects or fruit to feed your lizard, you could do some really great work. And once you feel like the quality is up to snuff and you get that approved, you could submit that to both of these places, Udemy and Skillshare. And if it's approved, you have your About the Instructor page where you can add links. And this is where I would drop the link to your YouTube channel. So if folks take the class and they're very, very pleased with the results and you in general, they can click through and watch all of your other content. And I would also encourage you to explore Jackson, Michigan, where you live, and just see if there are any opportunities like community centers where you can show the lizards to people and teach them about the lizards. Have a lizard special afternoon. I know they do like bowling and things like that at the community center. So if you just, you got to find out who the contact is on the website, or call them, reach out, get your name out there, and start sharing your love for lizards locally. Woo, alliteration. Number 7, become a decorative bench. This one requires years and sometimes decades, but what you want to do is find a state park in your area. For me, there's a White Clay Creek State Park I love. There's endless miles of trails, and what they have, because I enjoy the trails, I've seen a lot of flyers. They have like postings for people to come and help out, clean the trail days, so you can give back. So, because if a tree falls over the trail, someone has to go out there with a chainsaw and cut that up so, bikers don't clonk into it, or lizards can pass through unharmed. So what you want to do is become, a member of that community, volunteer to clean up the trail on those days, whenever they are, monthly, and, become a fixture in that community. And what you'll find is after several years, 5, 10 years, maybe even decades, you'll be, known in the state park, and people will appreciate you. And maybe over time you can help develop new trails. And if you really, really give back, they might name the new trail after you. And if you get sick, you're older and eventually you pass away, you will have made an impact on that trail, that nature, that community. And chances are likely that you will get a decorative bench placed somewhere on the trail that's named after you. And you can tell your family what to write on that decorative bench. And this is a great opportunity to include a customized link to your YouTube channel. So when people sit on you, because you can mix your ashes in with the chair, like the material. So when people sit on you, they might think, wow, this is a nice experience. I'm out in nature, and they'll turn around and they're going to see the link, and it's going to be later in the future. They're going to have their phones with them. Come on. They're going to look at that. They're going to go through the link, and they're going to find your channel. And you might not be there to reap the rewards, but your family will be. And I think that's really special. Thank you so much for watching on Uncle Shelby, and viewers like you. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.
I love these lizards, though, man. They're hilarious.